Second meeting of the Standing Committee on Finance in the second session of 40th Parliament to order. Today we have before us Kevin Page, the Parliamentary Budget Officer, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. by a member to extend this one more time to finish the second round. And just for the information of members, the second round, there'd be another Liberal spot, another Conservative spot, and then the NDP for 5 minutes each. So I've received this request from a member. I'm putting it to the committee. Of course, as your chair, I do what the committee would like me to do. And obviously, it's further imposing on the witness. So I'm asking the committee and Mr. Page whether they would like to do that or not. I don't know, Mr. Page, whether we're imposing on your time too much.
We're here to serve.
Earlier, you made the decision to allow more questions for the government side as well as for the official opposition side, and we graciously accepted. You allowed for 3 comments made by the Liberals, 1 question by the NDP, and I'm against this process because I think your presiding over this is beginning very poorly, and I'm taking this into account. Last week we showed flexibility by adopting certain rules for this committee, but if this is how the government is going to play with the rules and attack Mr. Page's credibility, as Mr. Wallace did earlier, and if we do not have the chance to speak, then we will make a note of this type of behavior.
I appreciate your comment. I would say, I certainly didn't see Mr. Wallace's question as an attack. I certainly hope Mr. Page didn't see that as either. I thought they were questions. With respect to being the chair, obviously, I'm always interested in more dialogue rather than less. I'm interested in more members having an opportunity to speak rather than less. And I follow the order as prescribed by this committee that was adopted by this committee at its first meeting. So I follow the order of Liberal Conservative, NDP, and I would be happy to have more members speak. But if members want to go to the second part of the meeting, which is future business, then that is the will of the committee. I follow the will of the committee. If it is the will of the committee to continue this dialogue, and if Mr. Page is agreeable to that, I, as the chair, will allow a continuation of that. Okay, point of order, Mr. Mulcair.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. It's entirely false what you've just said. Earlier, you allowed time for 2 more questions, and you did not put the question to the committee, but obviously you sought Mr. Page's permission, and so we thought that you were going to follow the order. The order allows for a second question by the NDP. You are depriving us of that right. That is your first time presiding over this committee, and we have taken note of your partisan tactics, and we are going to react accordingly. We have shown flexibility by adopting the orders of this committee, and you are betraying our confidence, and I want to let you know that we will be acting.
I'll just respond as the chair. I think I've earned a reputation as someone who's fair-minded. I encourage Mr. Mulcair to speak to Mr. Massey, to speak to Ms. Nash, to speak to the NDP whip as to how I've chaired the industry committee in the past. I would also say that my interest is in more dialogue rather than less, but I'll take Mr. Mulcair's point in the sense of if there's an hour allocated for a subject, I will close it at that hour, exactly at 60 minutes, and allow no further questions unless the entire committee agrees to extend it beyond that. So in future, it will be sharply 60 minutes for questions. My interest, though, I make every effort, and I commit to every member of this committee to be fair to every member of this committee. But again, I'm more interested in a substantive discussion, and I'm more interested in more dialogue rather than less.